How did you find out that you were going to be coaching?
For a couple of days, we had conversations with NBA, and they were, discussing the best way how to have a coach for a world team, for All-Star, for a little bit different format. And obviously, it is amazing honor to represent Serbia, to represent Canada, to represent the whole world at the All-Star game, and really excited to get there, to get with guys, and to be part of that great spectacle.
How excited are you to coach Luka, Jokic, Shea? It's like a dream come true, basically.
You didn't hear anything after Jokic, Jamal?
All of those guys, obviously, like the best of the best, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see all of those international guys being on the same team. There's going to be like 3-4 guys that speak my language, so it's going to be pretty fun. Nikola Jokic, he's celebrating his birthday around that time as well, so we'll have a good time.
Coach, congratulations. And
Thank you.
You mentioned representing Serbia and representing internationally. You also
And Canada.
And Canada.
And Canada.
You're also representing, kind of the fraternity of international coaches. There haven't been a ton of those at the NBA level. They haven't done this format before. So how much does that mean to you for that group of coaches specifically?
For sure. I mean, I was a young coach in Serbia when Igor Kokoškov came kind of like first and coached for a year at the University of Missouri, then became an assistant coach in NBA for many different teams, and he's had a great career. Just watching him as a young coach, it was kind of like always a dream, being a part of NBA and then trying to make it to this level. And he kind of like opened up the door for a lot of international coaches coming this way. Obviously, Ettore Messina, he made a huge impact while he was with San Antonio and Coach Pop. Deki Milojevic with Golden State, Ogi with Denver Nuggets, Ivo with us over here. There is more and more international coaches. Thomas is head coach of Memphis. Tiago Splitter, great honor seeing him being a coach of Portland. So there are more and more international coaches, and it's also good to see that some of NBA coaches, they had part of their career spent in Europe as well. I always think about Coach Quinn Snyder, who spent time with CSKA Moscow. Kenny Atkinson pretty much starting his coaching career in Europe and in France. So it is great to see where the NBA is going as a global game, and to have representatives from all over the world.
You guys haven't faced the Timberwolves in over a year in a unique scheduling kind of era, but what kind of challenges does Ant present to the team?
Ant is one of the best guards in the league. It is a lot of fun watching him grow over the years. I really respect how competitive he is, how much he cares about the right things and winning and playing it on both ends of the floor. I think he's improving his overall game. His mid-range game is improving. He's representing three-level scorer, but also the guy that plays the right way. So it's going to be obviously very hard to slow him down. But we love challenges. We love to go play against the best teams.
We saw Yak doing some work over there. Anything new with his status? Same.
It's same. It's a part of the process. He's taking participation more in contact drills and in the practices. So he's trending in the right direction, but no more update on that.
Getting back to the All-Star Award, how has your coaching evolved in the 3 years you've been here?
A lot. Obviously, I had my mentors and coaches that I worked with and worked for in NBA that really, shaped my NBA philosophy as a coach. Growing up in Europe and then coaching Europe for 17 years before coming to NBA really shaped me as a coach in fundamental things. But now taking over as a head coach with Toronto Raptors and really understanding that I represent different NBA team, team that represents the whole country, team that it's in Canada. I think it's a great fit for me in the organization, and I'm really trying to maximize my own identity and to put my imprint on a team. just in the style how we play on defense and being disruptive and being aggressive and offensively being a team that shares the ball and plays together. I'm just trying to put my imprint on the team as much as I can.
And how does that go? How has that changed from the last 3 years? You feel more comfortable doing it, or more receptive from them?
Yeah, but definitely more comfortable, because my year I tried to implement a lot of stuff that I learned from other coaches. And then after first year, me and my coaching staff, we sat down and we were like, what do we really want to do over here? What adjustments do we want to make? What out of the box things we want to do that, might not be, all the time being seen on NBA courts. So we're not afraid to take challenges. We're not afraid to try new things. And we're really blessed to have a group of players that are open to it and that allow us to coach them.
Speaking of that, this is the week of the trade deadline, and it's obviously on people's minds. When you disrupt a team that's got such great chemistry, what's the danger in messing it up? You guys have something good.
We have a good group of guys. We got the guys that are gelling and improving and getting better week by week. I told guys yesterday in our little chat, I told them, listen, we got to acknowledge that trade deadline is around the corner. I don't have information what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on until something goes down or doesn't go down. And I just wanted to acknowledge with players that I understand where we might be as a team and that might be on somebody's mind. But there is so little that we can control, and there's so much that's out of our control. So we just gotta focus on us, on getting better, coming to the gym, and really putting a great work that we had today in the practice. And so we just gotta continue controlling that.
And doesn't these guys all get along so well? Help you with that?
They get along really well, and some of those questions that you're asking me, they might be above my pay grade, but that's always like the case. Front office is always doing their job and doing due diligence of always trying to find a way to improve the team, and there are no guarantees. We might have a good chemistry right now, but there is no guarantees that 2 weeks from now with the same group of guys that chemistry might change. We always talk about culture. We always talk about importance of good team chemistry. I don't take that lightly. I don't take that for granted. So I'm constantly trying to work with our group of guys to constantly improve in that area.
When you talk about getting more comfortable, putting your own imprint and stuff, was it just getting a year under your belt? Was it when the wins started coming this year? Like, when would you say you started feeling more comfortable in
Really after first year, and just going into the summer and being able to analyze everything that we did, and some of the stuff that the first year really I inherited a team that had different habits, and the stuff and the ideas that we brought in and we tried to do, they were not a great fit for that group of guys. And also at the same time we had a bunch of new young guys, young players that we wanted to develop. So going into rebuild and going into understanding that it's going to be a process just gave us all like encouragement that like let's do this the right way, from the basics, from like from the most simple things, how we need to guard the ball, hand activity, positioning on the floor. Like a lot of that stuff in NBA, it's like with more veteran teams, you just take those things for granted and players are who they are. And you guys don't get to see a lot, but even Garrett Temple, who is 38 years old, he got better and he's getting better. And in every team practice and play groups, he's getting better. So we're really focusing 1 through 17, all the players that we have on our roster, to really every single day use that for player development, and that's our main approach. We're trying to maximize every single player that's under the roof with us.